Sin City Secrets. I am your host, Melanie Kramer, and today my guest is SirJac. Obviously, looks a lot like Prince. So, SirJac, I want to talk to you about your career and your life as not only a Prince impersonator, but a musician, a filmmaker, an artist, a street performer, what haven't you done?
Name it.
So,
SirJac of all trades.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
Exactly. Is that why you call yourself? Yeah, that's awesome. So you said as a kid growing up, it was like you were always kind of a little. Did you look like Prince when you were young? Did you?
Hell no. No, hell no. Actually, the first signs of me being a performer was at a Jerry Lewis marathon, winning a dance contest at 7 years old.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, okay, I like the applause. That was fun, you know.
Yeah.
So that was my first hints, and I won this little picture of a horse and I had it for years.
Oh.
Then I became a dancer when I got to high school after dealing with Michael Jackson and Prince era, and it was so inspirational.
Still didn't look like Prince then.
Still didn't look like Prince.
No.
Graduated in 1984, the year Purple Rain came out, and went to the Marines, shaved, bald-headed, and I'm singing in my head as I'm getting ready to eat.
Oh, wow.
You know, when doves cry in my head, and some guy behind me goes, "You know, you look like Prince."
And it was like
Had no idea.
The light went off.
No idea.
All of a sudden, heavenly music.
Yeah,
played.
exactly. Like, well, Halloween came, and I was married with my ex-wife at the time, and they decided to put the makeup on me, blindfolded me, and took off the makeup. It's like, whoa, this is strange. Went for the Halloween contest, and they thought it was really Prince, and I was mobbed.
Wow.
So it was really awakening.
And you actually have been to Prince's house, is that right? You
Yes.
had like a lot of encounters with Prince. Can you tell us about that?
Oh my gosh, it was made my life come full circle. First of all, I was a prison officer by day.
So you were in the military for how long?
4 years.
4 years, and then you were a prison
Officer at a maximum prison or semi-maximum to max in California.
And the whole time you're just singing in your head, just singing.
Singing in my head, having a normal life, but I love Prince music so much. I just, in my free time, that's all I would listen to. And I self-taught instruments and everything. And somebody asked me one time to fill in at a bar. Maybe I could come up with a show, because they knew I was a dancer. So I never performed as Prince live in my entire life until that day. With a full band, 1.5 week rehearsal, and it took a life of its own. And for 10 years, I had a secret. That's how the name SirJac came along. I had to keep it a secret because I was still being a prison guard.
You couldn't be like, I sing and dance in tight pants.
And they had
right?
no idea. Yep. They had no idea it was the same guy in the community for years.
Wow.
So that's how I was doing the Prince stuff.
And then how did Prince come to find you, or how did you?
Because it grew enough. It was Monterey County, California. Eventually, the people from San Francisco area, Bay, which are very connected to Prince's fan clubs and DJs there. So I went over there and did a performance there, and found each other a huge Purple family. And the word got out to the DJs. So in 2001, he had a celebration when he was having problems with his record companies. And it was the most amazing thing that an artist would invite thousands of his closest fans from around the world to his house.
Oh, wow.
So I got lucky enough to be invited. It was a week celebration.
Did
at
you go
Paisley
dressed
Park.
like in costume as
Totally
him?
dressed. Each day was an event.
You were just
so
like dancing
one day
in
was
the
Purple
lines.
Rain, the other day was Batman, the other day was like
This was a multiple day event.
Total, yeah, 5 days. 5 days
wow.
at his house, day and night.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it was the
Just
most.
like hanging out at the pool at Prince's house, like those
Let's
5
put it
days
this
like
way: Alicia Keys, Erica Badu, Lenny Kravitz, anybody who was anybody was hanging out.
And
there,
how?
okay?
And were other people able to like witness? Was it like a contest? Like how did they?
No,
I know you had a connection.
It was simply he wanted to meet people, and it was set up for an infamous, well-known Kevin Smith documentary. You look it up in the internet if you want to know about it.
Yes, you're telling me something about this.
It's very famous throughout the Prince world. Kevin
But it's
Smith.
never been released, right?
No,
it's like
because
in a
it
vault
was very
somewhere.
controversial in the vault inside Prince's house.
So what's controversial about it was just
Because that's
what
when
was
he
going
was becoming a Jehovah's Witness, and he was having a change of lifestyle, and he
so it
was
was
letting.
like partying videos.
Yeah, it's like everybody's being told, like, hey, I'm changing my lifestyle. This is the direction I'm going. I hope you guys are willing to still follow me. You always follow me in sexuality.
And in the meantime, they're making a movie about his
exactly,
having
the
women
documentary
everywhere.
of all the changes, right?
Yeah.
So it was really about conversations like this, literally in his home, in his piano, intense conversations about life and the meaning of life and everything. So I'm like, this is really surreal. I mean, I'm in front of Prince, sitting there on the piano, while I'm having the deepest conversations I've ever had with anybody in my life.
Wow.
And I remember going like, okay, my life just came full circle.
Yeah, that must be
Yeah.
so amazing.
And it was 10 years after I started doing the Prince thing. So it was really the turn of events.
Did his people ever call you to be like a body double for something? They're like, he has an event, he doesn't want to go.
No, I wasn't that lucky, but they did get me. They had to get me because I wouldn't introduce myself to Prince. I was like, I had to no way in hell am I going to go to Prince and say, I want to meet you. I'm
Right,
like,
yeah, because you don't want to, because
if it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
So when his bodyguards came and got me, because every day I looked just like him.
I know,
They're like, dude,
this is weird.
dude, the boss wants to meet you. He wants to interview you. I'm like, boss?
The boss.
Who the hell's the boss? Oh, the boss of this place, Prince? Sure. So I went over there, and it was just an awesome experience because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna act like he's everyday
like a normal guy.
Yeah. Treat him like an everyday guy. That's what they enjoy, right? So, and I don't get star-itis.
Right.
So I went over there, and it's like, I told him that I was a prison guard by day and Prince impersonator by night. He's like, couldn't believe it. So I think there was a fascination. The next day, like, the security was like, dude, you were the biggest talk with Prince and his family last night.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't stop talking to SirJac this, SirJac that. And I just had a moment where I had to freeze and almost like,
is this real? Is it happening?
It's like, this can't be real life,
Did he ever get to see any of your performance? Like any of you singing or dancing?
I think so.
Because let me tell you,
he saw me dancing at his house dressed as him performing, but never performance.
SirJac and I used to work on Fremont. I mean, that's how I know you.
Yeah.
We used to busk on the streets on Fremont Street downtown in Las Vegas, which we have some crazy stories from that. And just like you have got the energy of like a 20-year-old, and the way he moves and the way you sing, and it's just like it's uncanny.
I still can't explain it to this day, honestly. I don't know where that energy comes from.
Yeah.
It's a gift. It's a gift from above.
It's adrenaline. We're blessed.
Or it's a gift from Prince, one or the other. Because it's like, it really is something I cannot explain myself. I've been through my whole life and I kept, when you get older, it'll slow down. When you get gray hairs, it'll slow down. Nothing has slowed down.
Right.
If anything, it's just stays really amped up and ready to go at all times.
Well, that's the beauty of what we do too, is that as an entertainer, there's so many different ends of our industry that we can go into.
Right.
And so you never have to stop being in the business,
right.
or performing or doing what we love, getting paid to do what we love.
Absolutely.
I was at the karaoke show last night. I dance at the PBR bar every week, and there was a guy who was singing, and I said, please tell me you do this for a living. And he said, no, I have a normal job. I said, it hurts me.
It does. This is like, that's why I did it the way I did, because I was told it was always a dream. I was always told, this is some dreamer's search for it to make a living out of. My parents had no idea I had artistic talent in my pinky, so they're just thinking it's supposed to be a normal life for me. They're teaching me, get yourself a normal job. Yeah. So my whole life was always my free time. Every single minute of my free time was in the arts. Yeah. Whether it was drawing, whether it was performing, whether it was set designing, whether it was playing with video machines and editing, making my own edits out of them. Total creativity.
Which is what led to your next step in your life is that you're a filmmaker now, right?
Yes, I'm a film director, indie film director.
So you have one that's up now for, what is it? It's a film festival, right?
Yeah, my first full that I've released, that I've allowed to be released, because you know how filmmakers make junk in the beginning and never admit to it. So it's one of those
one you're proud of that you released.
Well, I was impressed because I was invited as a cinematographer, and I ended up becoming the director for it, which was cool because I grew up with horror movies, and they wanted to do the whole zombie thing.
Well, explain what the difference to people that don't know, like a cinematographer as opposed to like
cinematographer is also director of photography. It's strictly in
setting
charge.
Up the shots.
Yeah, setting up the shots, the lighting, the camera work,
here,
and how it's
right. Like all that.
You have to set how the film is actually going to look, as opposed to the director, which is really more of having the vision and working with the directors to get the best performance.
Right, directing the scene more than the.
So as a cinematographer or director of photography, I'd be paying attention how well the movie looks and how well it's looking. As opposed to the director, I really got thrust to making sure you get the best performance out of them. It was called, I can't believe I was just on blank for a second. Tales from the Apocalypse.
Tales from the You said it was a zombie movie.
Yes, but
and it's a series, right? Is it a series?
Right, it's pending to be a series. We did the first episode. We're hoping that it goes to 3 to 4. It's from Chris Battle Films production, and she wrote it. She produced the whole idea, but it was my first intake into working with
gore and
prosthetics
all
and
that.
gore,
Yeah.
which was the exciting part for
So
me. I'm like,
fun.
okay, I want to get the idea.
Were you actually being a zombie or were you just directing them?
Now that you bring that up, I ended up being a zombie.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's okay. I did a total cameo appearance because it's like we needed this dangerous scene on top of a car where everybody's going nuts in the desert, and we filmed it, by the way, all in Las Vegas locations,
Nice.
all around the outskirts. So you see a lot of outskirts that most people don't get to see out Vegas.
But that we would recognize. And go,
Exactly.
"Oh, yeah."
And what ended up fun was that I got on top of the car. I'm a crazy guy, you know, so I'm like, I just got like, let's see how we work this out. Do the whole from a scene and close up. We had her holding like the camera from the inside to show my close up and the distance camera out there, and she's swerving at the same time. And like, whatever you do, just make it look really intense. Don't slide off this damn thing.
Don't die. No die.
So
no,
what do I do? The very last shot, she makes a quick turn, and I just whoop, slide off my car, and I eat it.
Oh no.
You know, it's like wipe it off. Okay, back to directing. You know.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So yeah, but it was fun.
So how can people look that up? Do you have like
Just go on Facebook.com/ and it's Tales from the Apocalypse.
Tales from the Apocalypse?
Yeah, all one word, and it's from producer Chris Battles.
Okay.
Chris Battle Films production. We're hoping that it was our first trial run, and it's already been on a couple of film festivals, including the Las Vegas Film Festival, and it also got on the Horror Film Festival in Ohio. So it's looking like I'm looking forward, but it was really a practice into my big project, which I'm producing and directing.
And what is
and
it?
starring.
Can we talk about it or not?
Yes,
Not
yes.
Yet, maybe next time.
It's an extreme. It's called Balance, and it's an extreme journey into a broken down mind and him working him way back into normality. Because basically it starts off.
Yeah. That a
Well, it's the idea of based on things I've experienced at the prison and stories from prisoners.
Psychology you must
And
see.
exactly
Yeah.
the psychology. It's
Human
amazing
nature.
what I've heard, and I wanted to share with people without letting out
Right,
the
other
privacy
people,
of other
course.
people.
Yeah.
So I put it in such a way in this package in this film that it's like it makes people question. It's the kind of movie you want to talk about 2-3 days after you see it,
Yeah, like you're still thinking
and you're
about
still
it.
thinking
Yeah,
of all the
I
different
love
things you
that.
missed and go back and watch
I'm
it.
so excited to see
But
what
yeah,
that comes
and
out.
it's great because I didn't mean to play the character role, but it was so much of me inside that I started
Yeah, why not?
testing.
You're an actor. Why not?
Exactly, and it came in.
You can be in front of the camera, behind
Yep.
the camera. There's plenty
But
of
it's about a prison officer that loses his wife to a murderer, and he's battling his darkness and takes revenge and accidentally does the crime that turns the victim into the victimizer and his whole process of internal
wow.
discovery.
Wow, yeah, wow.
So it's called Balanced, and we're hoping to have it done. We've been working on it, shot in location originally in Vegas. Beautiful. It's coming out beautiful according to what people are saying about that have sneak peeked it. I have some footage too that you can go check out.
Yeah, let
on
us know
YouTube.
if anybody wants to book you or I mean.
Absolutely, I do
Do you
directing.
have-
I do.
Do you have a website or
production.
a
It's Facebook.com.
SirJac? Is
Yes,
that how they find you?
SirJac, and /SirJac. SirJac. Never a K.
All right, there we go. All right, well, thank you for joining us on Sin City Secrets, and thank you at home for watching. And please tune in next week. And until the end, I just do this. 'cause this
I
is
like
my
yours better than
move.
mine.
It's my move. It's
I
my
like your
move.
style, baby.